Hey everybody, welcome to the Soap Thing Project, or if you've been here before, welcome back. And for today's shave, we're going to use Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Amalfi Coast. And as you can see, the label says for Jim. This soap was made to raise money for a member of the wet shaving community. His name is Jim Judy. He is currently battling Kaler's disease, so this was released for a few short days and all the proceeds go directly to him. And I'm a sucker for a good fundraising soap, so I had to pick this one up. I had no choice in the matter. Now the scent on this is a dupe of Acqua di Parma Colonia, so it smells the same as like fine Italian citrus, Razor Rock Triple X, Sterling Piacenza. It's a really common fragrance dupe here in the wet shaving community. A lot of soap makers have Acqua di Parma Colonia dupes, and so this is another one. So we're going to use that for the shaving soap today. For the ingredients, this is a CK6 formula soap. So as you might expect, there's a metric butt ton of ingredients in it. Not the least of which is being glycerin, jojoba oil, cocoa butter, shea butter, and a few other butters that I cannot pronounce and I'm not even going to try. So CK6 formula soap. And we have the matching aftershave splash, Amalfi Coast. The soap, by the way, a CK6 garden variety soap. I'll put the price across the bottom of the screen for you. Now the razor for today is going to be the Merkur Progress. I owned this razor a few years ago and I seem to recall really enjoying it. And then I traded it for something I had to have. That's just the nature of the hobby. It's a lot of stuff coming and going. It's a buy and sell and trade hobby. That's just how it is. But the Merkur Progress comes in a box that looks exactly like this. I just picked a new one up a few days ago. And mine actually came in this really neat little plastic travel case with a pack of Merkur blades in it. I'm actually going to use Gillette Minoras for this particular shave. And Gillette Minoras look exactly like this. But here we have the Merkur Progress. And the head is chrome-plated zinc. The handle is chrome-plated brass, and it is an adjustable razor. You just loosen the handle like this, and then there's a blade already loaded in it, but the top comes out just like that. I don't recall off the top of my head what I paid for this, so I will be sure to put a garden variety price for this across the bottom of the screen for this razor as well. So that'll be the razor for today. The brush is going to be from Aloha Shaving. And this is made by Ken Klitschko over at Shave 326. There's actually a really interesting story behind this. So when I ordered it, it was advertised as being able to fit a 26 millimeter knot. But then when I got it in my shave den, none of my 26 millimeter knots would fit in it. So for a few minutes, I was kind of pissed at it. But then I was like, you know what? I'll just put a 24 millimeter in it. So I grabbed a 24 millimeter imitation Boar knot from AP Shave Co. It's a synthetic, and this has some really nice splay to it. I really like it. So sometimes things go sideways and then they just turn out for the better. So Aloha Shaving, and this is imitation ivory, by the way. So great brush from Ken Klitschko. Now the scent on Amalfi Coast, as well as the Acqua di Parma Colonia it's inspired by, smells so good to me that I had to chase it with a fragrance. And the closest thing I had to it was my Chanel Platinum Egoist, which has a passing resemblance to it. Some of the notes in this one are lavender, neroli, geranium, rosemary, and oak moss. It's a really white collar scent, to be perfectly honest with you. I can't always pull it off in any other situation. Usually I can only really pull this off when I'm like getting dressed up, but we're going to use it here today. And I actually think Amalfi Coast is kind of a white collar scent too. Both of these are versatile, but I think if I had to default it to something, it would be white collar situations. But Amalfi Coast is going to be the shave. So enough talking, let's do a shave. Okay, I'm currently applying the RazoRock Lime Pre-Shave to 2 days growth. It says lime, but it's a little faint on scent strength, so it's not going to disrupt the scent of the shaving soap. Hope everybody's doing well, getting the greatest shaves humanly possible. Let's see if we can work this in a little bit. Here we go. Apparently the RazoRock Lime Pre-Shave is made by PAA, so at least that's what Douglas Smythe told me. So for all practical purposes, I'm using a cube. How about that? Alright. And here we have the CK6 Amalfi Coast robustly lathered into my Langley City shave bowl. So let's put it on the face and let's talk about the scent. Put my hands off here really quickly. I love the splay on this brush. I mean, it's just a really willing splayer. Don't have to push in or use any effort hardly at all, and it just does its thing. Okay, now I haven't used the Merkur Progress in probably 3 years, so I'm just going to, the dial is right here, I'm not sure if you can see that, and I'm just going to back it out to setting number 2, and we'll start out with that. We'll just see how it feels. Here we go. There's a fair amount more exposure than I remember there being. There's a lot of blade feel is what I'm trying to say, even at 2. It's not menacing. I feel like I'd have a hard time doing damage with it, but you can feel a blade. It's not invisible. So tell me, what are some of the other wet shaving channels you've been watching? Me personally, I've been catching up on a lot of Kirk's videos over at the Cutthroat Journey. That guy is really enthusiastic about wet shaving, I'm telling you. You ought to see the introduction to all of his videos. That says it all.
Welcome back to the Cutthroat Journey. Feel the passion.
Oh, I could feel it.
So if you're not already subscribed to the Cutthroat Journey, head on over there and check out what Kirk is all about. I'm sure he's got a subscribe button around there somewhere for you to click on. So let's talk about the scent of Amalfi Coast. And this is going to cover several soaps and a fragrance, so you can kind of take this and apply it to a variety of situations. But let's look at the notes. We've got Sicilian citrus fruits, English lavender, rosemary, verbena, Bulgarian rose, vetiver, sandalwood, and patchouli. So what I get out of this is it is slightly citrus and very floral. It's very bright. It's very bright citrus, very floral. There's a slight amount of pepper in it from the lavender. I can get the rose in it, just touches of it. I'm pretty sure verbena is in green Irish tweed scents. So I'm getting a very loose passing resemblance to green Irish tweed, kind of like sharp dressed man vibes, just a little bit. It's not the same scent, but you can tell there's a little bit of overlap. I'm not getting a ton of patchouli or sandalwood. It's mostly bright citrus and floral notes. And I gotta tell you, this strikes me as, I mean, I suppose it could be multi-seasonal, but this very much strikes me as a hot summer day scent. I think is when this scent would be pulled off the best. The lather is thick enough that it's not wanting to drain out of the lather channels. I'm going to loosen the head 1 second. I'm going to rinse this out. Okay, well that got most of it. I just might have to do with the fact that the lather is probably a little thicker and less hydrated than it should be. Where were we? Let's try down here. I lowered this down to 1.5 out of 5 for my neck. So, because 2 already felt like a little too much exposure. $1.5 feels like $1 million. You know what? Just for kicks, I'm going to unwind this all the way to 4. And I want to see what that feels like up here. It's not bad. It's nice and close. Oh, let's try up here at 4. Ooh, yeah, that's digging too much. Let's back that down to about 1.5 under here. Because I am prone to nicks and cuts under my bottom lip. So we're back at 1.5. I love my Gillette Menoras, but I think I can find a blade that's a better fit for this razor. So, we'll have to experiment with this razor a few times, off and on, and see what we can get out of it with different blade combinations. Scent strength on the soap, before I forget, it's about a 2 out of 5. So, not a screamer, but not difficult to smell. Just slightly below average on scent strength. Okay, let's have a rinse and see how we did. Well, there's no nicks. I didn't get myself anywhere. I just think this Gillette Menora blade might not be the best fit. It was a little tuggy, but that could also be me needing to get used to the razor more. Let's see what the alum block has to say about it. Okay, I've got my Prorazzo alum block that is in pretty rough shape, as you can see, but it's still perfectly usable, so we're going to use it on the face today. No feedback. Interesting, because I didn't feel like this blade was a very good fit. I felt like it was kind of harsh on my skin. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but the alum block is saying that my face is in good shape, so what else can I say about it? And now it's time for the PAA Amalfi Coast Aftershave Splash, so let's put it on. And this has got alcohol in it, so if this doesn't sting, then that must mean I had a good day. So let's give it a try, see what happens. Nope. No stinging at all. I had a good shave today. This doesn't even sting. It's really refreshing though. I love the scent on this. Good stuff from PAA. Now, let's talk about Amalfi Coast. If I exhausted this to an empty tub, would I buy it again? Well, unfortunately, there isn't going to be any buying it again because this was a special edition soap that was made specifically to raise money for Jim Judy, and I would be relatively surprised if it ever came back. So what I'm going to recommend people do is get a shaving soap from one of the other brands that has the same scent. If you're looking for that same Acqua di Parma Colonia scent, there's Fine Italian Citrus, there's Razor Rock Triple X, there's Sterling Piacenza. There's a lot of options for you to get a soap that smells like this. But this is a darn good soap. I loved it. Love the shave quality and I love the scent. So absolutely good stuff. And finally, this shave is not complete without some Chanel Platinum Egoiste. Let's put it on. Love the scent of this. If it's in your budget, you might consider picking up a small bottle of this. This one is a 3.4 ounce. They also have 1.7 ounces, so this stuff is incredible smelling. Really sophisticated, mature smelling. It's great stuff. I love it. So that'll be the shave for today. I want to thank everybody for watching. And until next time, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Every single time you do it. Thanks for watching.